Yes, it does. Shut up, me. You know it does. You're a perfectionist. I'll show you a perfectionist. Anyway, hey there people of the internet. My name is Sivana, and welcome to my studio. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified about when I put out new videos. And be sure to give this video a like and comment on what you liked about it. Today's video suggestion comes from Dark Ninja, who asked me probably a month ago to do the Sinnoh Legendary Trio in anticipation for the upcoming game, Pokémon Legends Arceus. But I did way more than was asked of me, so let's get into the drawing. I started off with Palkia for no specific reason. I just like working from left to right with big projects like these. And the sketching goes by pretty quickly for the first three because I just wanted to get them down and worry about little details later. I also had some trouble with OBS and it cut into a lot of my sketching, which was kind of a bummer because drawing Darkrai and Cresselia for the first time was a lot of fun. I guess I'm drawing all of these guys for the first time, but still, I hate when I lose recordings.
You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
I really wanted to add the lake spirits in this bunch just because I love them. They're so cute and unique and were a lot of fun to learn about and go out and catch in the games. They may not be the strongest, but I think they're really cool, so they're here. I pretty much forgot about Arceus until I was already done with the initial sketch, and Victor brought it up to me. And I didn't want to draw all of it, so I just have its head here and thought its little swoop would look cool going into Giratina's tail, which it does. I also realized that Darkrai has robot arms, like, hello, I am Darkrai. Yeah, so I had to fix that, and it made me laugh a lot. Now on to Arceus's ring, which was kind of annoying but interesting to figure out. I wanted this piece to kind of look like a movie poster with all of the important legendaries and have some cool stuff in the backdrop like the spear pillar where you find all of these bad boys. So for this piece, I decided to try a different style and go lineless. So right now I'm just flatting in the base colors and we'll shade them later to look all 3D and stuff without the black lines I usually do for everything. It was challenging but looks so good in the end and I'm really proud of myself for, trying out this new thing and it actually working for me. I decided not to draw Manaphy or Shaman in this piece because they're too cutesy and they weren't epic enough for what I had envisioned. But the lake spirits were perfect because they're small and out of the way and I think add a lot to the atmosphere just flying over Giratina and looking like they're ready to help the big ol' legendaries battle someone. I love them, I don't care. Darkrai was the easiest part of this whole piece. From sketch to colors to shading, he is such a simple mon and I love it. He looks so good. Cresselia, on the other hand, was a bit more work trying to get her crescent fin things to look all nice and smooth. Same with the moon, I spent a lot of time reshaping it to get it just perfect. I have to say, Palkia probably took the longest out of all of these because of all the different layers I made for all its different segments. It's a really complex design and I think that's what I love about it. I also wanted to make it look a lot cooler and less like an old man. Dialga was also pretty simple for the most part, just because it's blue and silver and doesn't have as much going on as Palkia. And I don't know why, but the way I drew its face and mouth just kept cracking me up. I tried to make him look more serious and ferocious, but I didn't know how to get rid of that derpy smile. So at about this time, I realized OBS was picking up these pop-ups that my stylus can make, which I use to undo sometimes if I don't feel like using the keyboard. And I don't like when the big wheel gets picked up on the capture, so I had to fiddle around with my settings again for them to not show up.
You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
I forgot Palkia's Pearl. How could I be so stupid?
Damn it. I'm so stupid.
Giratina was a lot of fun from start to finish. I love its origin form so much. It's so weird and unique and scary looking. I would be terrified if I saw any of these creatures, except the leak spirits probably. But if I saw a real world Giratina, I'd probably just die. And if I didn't, I would 100% try to ride it. Arceus' eyes are really silly for a while, just bear with it like I did. Oh gosh, these rings. Ring was a nightmare at first, and then I remembered copy and paste and my fears were gone. Plus, since it's going to be behind everyone, it doesn't have to look perfect. Yes, it does. Shut up, me. You know it does. You're a perfectionist. I'll show you a perfectionist. Anyway, moving on to the pillars and stuff. I added a moon and some colors and then was like, I'll do this later, and jumped into shading. I used a mix of a soft round brush with a wet oil brush and soft watercolor blender to get these nice fluffy shadows, and then used my line brush where I needed the shadows to be more dominant, like around Azelf and Uxie's arms, so they didn't just meld into their bodies. Like I said, I'm just kind of trying something new with this style, but I really do like it a lot. I want my art and characters to pop out and not feel flat, and while I still have a lot to learn, I think I nailed it with this piece. I had to turn off a few layers so my computer wouldn't lag, which becomes much more of an issue later when I'm doing the background, cause geez, I have a lot of layers. It's nowhere close to the down the rabbit hole, but it's still quite a lot. Cresselia's fins just looked really bland to me, so I added this snowflake effect that kind of looked like space dust or sparkles, and it really made her pop. Also, I forgot to do the thing on her head for a while. Her moon was a lot of fun to shade, and she just looks so beautiful and majestic. Back to Darkrai, the easiest edge boy there ever was. I pretty much just used this soft round brush for the initial soft shadows, and then went increasingly darker with the shading because I wanted him to be like coming out of the shadows. I say shadows a lot. I love how he turned out, like his weird dress thing just looks so good to me. Oh boy, back to Palkia.
Look at me!
I had a lot of fun trying out these new techniques and brushes, and it makes me really happy that it turned out so well. I have to say, I think Palkia is my favorite of the bunch. Way back in like 2010, or whenever these games first came out, I got Pokémon Pearl for Christmas, and being the tomboy that I was a little salty about getting the pink one. But I loved playing it as a kid and was so happy to finally catch this space grandpa. And now I love Palkia way more than Dialga. It just looks better to me. And I spent way more effort on it. So in the official art for Palkia, its purple bits have this cool effect, like there's energy in them or something, so I wanted to add some kind of effect too, even if it's not that noticeable in the final product. I do kind of the same thing with Dialga, but you'll see. Dialga shading goes pretty quick as I just airbrush where I need to and go back and forth between the front layers and back layers. The silver bits are where it gets a little more complicated as I try to make the spikes on the back of his neck look like crystals and just overall make everything pointier and shiny. His chest crest thing looks perfect to me and I'm really happy with how the diamond turned out. I also take my one effect skill that I learned, how to make things glow, and put it to good use here before slapping on a cool diamond effect in Dialga's metal bits. Arceus was honestly kind of annoying to do, and I had already been working on this piece for a while and was kind of getting over it. I still put my all into making it look good, but I was just kind of getting frustrated with figuring out how to shade and color this god. I think the purple tones are a really nice touch, and I'm trying to shade with more than just the base colors and make it look more dynamic. Something I really love about this generation of legendaries, at least for Arceus and the main three, is the cohesion in their designs. Like, they all have these lines on their face, and it's something so simple, but a really nice detail that I appreciate a lot. Giratina's body was really easy to shade, and I didn't use a lot of the oil brush until I got to its head and ribcage thing. I also wanted the glow from Palkia and Dialga's jewels to reflect on him, like they're super luminescent, and it looks so nice and really pretty. I do the same thing on Giratina's wings with Azelf and Uxie's little head jewels. I just really like making things glow, okay? Gosh. Arceus's ring was interesting, and I really just wanted it to look as 3D as I could without the shading getting all muddy, which it kind of does in some places, but all the parts you can see look pretty good. Honestly, what makes the ring stand out more is the diamonds, which I also make glow because glowing gems are pretty and easy to do, so I will do it forever.
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
I also make sure to add some of the diamond's green luminescence on Darkrai and Cresselia to give them more depth and like they're actually next to their god's ring. Now here's where the many layers become too much and I had to turn off a few to be able to do stuff. I wanted Darkrai and Cresselia to have something around them so they weren't just shoved in the corners, so Darkrai got dark clouds and Cresselia got sparkly white ones. I used a bunch of different effect brushes like the stars, which are actually snowflakes, and the clouds to give it more atmosphere. I also changed the colors a bit so the night sky above doesn't look the same as the space below. The stairs and pillars were really new to me as I have never tried to draw architecture of any kind, so it was a lot of just testing and messing around until I thought it looked good. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I would definitely watch this movie. Probably because Ash is not in it. If you would like to support me, be sure to check out my Etsy shop where I sell shirts and prints of some of the art I do on this channel. And go look at my Instagram where I post art that I don't do here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And be sure to ring that bell so you'll be notified about when I put out new videos. As always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.